Olive! This is so ridiculous. I've been looking for Olive like all day. We're so late with doing our GarbAugust video, and I don't know where she is. She's been absent all day. I told her we were doing GarbAugust, and I can't find her anywhere. Olive! Where are you? Come on, we gotta do this video. So, some things just never change with you, huh? Always the same thing when these GarbAugust events roll around. There's no point even talking to you anymore because nothing's going to change. Hey everyone, thanks for joining us here today at Book Blather. If you're new here, I'm Dave, this is Olive, and we try to have a little fun while we talk about books to help spread the joy of reading. So, in our usual fashionably late fashion, we are bringing up the rear in terms of GarbAugust announcements. Now is the perfect time to put this up because it is starting now. So, if you don't know what we're talking about, GarbAugust is a reading event in which the month of August we have termed GarbAugust. This is an event started by Ollie over at Criminali. This is the third year it's been happening. This is the second year that Olive and I have been co-hosts, and it is a month where we focus on reading trash. So what do we mean by trash? So trash is a very loose definition, but basically these are books that, are not generally considered a highbrow or high literature, things that are respected by society. These are just books that are, it doesn't mean necessarily the books are bad. Some of them can be quite good. That's part of the point. It just means that they're books that, the main goal is just mass producing, commercializing, these books without necessarily anything deep or meaningful behind them. So there are some guides, as always, if you're just trying this out for the first time or for the third time, but you don't have to follow them. As usual with these reading events, the idea is just for you to try this stuff out, just have a little fun reading some trash, maybe stuff you wouldn't otherwise feels worth you don't want to you should be reading something more worthy, or maybe you don't want to get caught reading this particular thing on the train. So this is your excuse to read the stuff. Just read some trash in the month of August. But if you want to play along or want some guidance, there are a couple of things going on. So the main thing is there are weekly prompts. So the first week is, what was the first week? I forgot already. So the first week is anything goes. So basically any trash. Good way to get your feet wet, get you going, get you started on the event. The second week is, and you'll recognize some of these if you've done GarbAugust before. The second one is category romance or men's adventure. So category romance, something like like these Harlequin romances, or one of those sort of just commonly sold things that you see in the old days see in the spinner racks, but that are just meant for fluff fun. Or men's adventure, we're talking things like it's what it sounds like, a men's adventure. Things like the Silencer or the Executioner or Doc Savage or things like that. Um, Next, the third week is some sex or violence. So, anything involving sex or anything that's just gratuitously violent. So, and then the last week is either a novelization, so something that's, the movie that has been turned in, or a TV show that has been turned into a novel, or the reverse, a novel that has become, a TV show or movie. So there's a lot of flexibility in these prompts. So, if you want to play along, it should be relatively easy to do. In addition to that, we do have a bingo card again. So this is just to make it a little more fun. I'm not going to read off all the bingo categories, but there is Kelsey had made a bingo card, so it's printable, which I'll try to remember to put the link below if you want to print that out and check off boxes as you go along of these different little specific categories. And this year it's GarbAugust 3D. That is because there is a third dimension getting added to it, which is to try to read trashy fiction from as many decades as possible. It tended to be a lot of trashy fiction, tended to be 70s, 80s, and this is kind of really to spread it out and try to read just from all different time periods. Finally, there is also Instagram. For those of you that are on Instagram, if you want to add an Instagram element to it, there are Instagram prompts, which I will not remember. So they are, or maybe I will, let's say. No, let me just try to read them. So the first one is TBR stack. So from August 1st to 10th, if you want to post a picture of your to be read trash stack. From the 11th to the 17th, it's a happy GarbAugust selfie. So just selfie of you with, maybe some garbage. The 18th to the 24th, it's your favorite trashy book or author, if you want to post a picture of that. And from the 25th to the 31st, your trashiest cover. So if you want to post a picture of all the covers that are the most salacious or violent or whatever it may be. So, okay, I think I got everything there. So we are, we're gonna be. We don't have a set list going. We give you some examples of things that we might read, but we're not committed to these. These are just to give you some examples of the types of things you might want to read. We are definitely going to be reading this one. This is CB Angel that was sent to us by MJ. We feel really bad. We've been sitting on this a couple months. Some people read it around. There's a mini GarbAugust event mid-year in February, and I think some people read around then. So it's been making the rounds. It got to me, and I've been sitting on it for a couple months. So I'm definitely going to be reading this one. This one doesn't need any explanation, I don't think. I think the title and the cover pretty much says it all. So there's men's adventure. So last year we did a men's adventure in GarbAugust, and we read our first Doc Savage book. There are many, many, many Doc Savage books, and so we're planning to read another one. This is the second one in the series, The Thousand-Headed Man, so this is high likelihood we'll read this one, but again, like I said, we're not committed to anything. Another men's adventure is, and this one is double trash, because this is men's adventure, but this is also a copy, one of those, is this a copyright violation, this book? I think this was sent to us by Erie. This is a non-authorized Tarzan book. This is the first one by this author, Barton Werper, and this is like I said, double trash because it's men's adventure, but also these were supposed to be destroyed because they were flagrantly copyright violations. Then some sort of salacious stuff. We have one here, the Lonnie people. This is. They exported the Lonnie to every planet in the galaxy. Who wants to be bothered by a woman when you can get a whole harem of Lonnie so cheap? The Lonnie people is a startling story of a planet that applied new scientific knowledge to techniques of breeding and came up with a system that revolutionized society. So, another one, sort of the Hormone Jungle, little science fiction tale with a couple thousand years in the future that tells you where they're able to genetically tailor lovers. So something like that sounds like good fun. More like sort of on novelization front. We read one of these last year too. This one's Star Trek 2, but these are a whole bunch of volumes like this by James Blish, where he basically did little mini. There'll be like 6 stories in here. Each one is like a mini novelization of a Star Trek episode. We had good fun with this because we would read the little 30-page story, and then we go back and watch that old original Star Trek episode, which we hadn't seen in many years. So it was kind of fun, you know. Or something like this, like a little more salacious Star Trek, like Mudd's Angels. We just picked this up at a book fair, actually. Major book haul video incoming. So, you know, there's just some examples. There are a lot of others, you know, novels that have turned into movies. As that sort of expansion of the category has opened up a lot of things. So there's a lot of good choices that we even haven't spent a ton of time thinking about yet. So these are just some examples that we might read, but you might see some other ones pop up as the month goes through. There is also a group read. So there are a lot of GarbAugust co-hosts that I will list all those below, and they will a lot of them will be reading this, and that is Valley of the Dolls by Jacqueline Suzanne. I don't think that we will actually be reading this. I just happen to have this book, and so it used to be my daughter's. And so I don't think we'll be reading it because this is a little long for us, for GarbAugust, where we're going to be trying to pack in as many books as we can, like doing 1 or 2 like each week, you know. So, but if you're interested, that's the group read, Valley of the Dolls. Okay, and so I think, you know, Olive is going to be reading all that smut that she's been downloading. Is just no way to stop that, and you know, that is what it is, I guess. I don't know how many of those she'll read, but no doubt she'll be reading some of them. So anyway, so I think that about covers it. So we hope you'll join us in the fun for GarbAugust. It's a really good time. Hope you'll give it a shot, even if you're not, you know, again, you don't have to be so regimented and follow all these rules or prompts or anything. Just jump in, read some trash when you can, and have some fun, and let us know, you know, what you're reading when we do our videos. So, okay, well, thanks so much for watching. Let us know if you're taking part, and if there are particular ones that you're going to be reading that you know of already. We'd love to hear what they are. But thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again very soon. We have our we'll be back very soon with our very awful Rocket Summer wrap up that we still have to do, but we do have some things to talk about for that. And but if you don't have anything substantive you want to say, you can always leave Olive a puppy emoji, because she does always like to see those. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again very soon, but in the meantime, take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you next time.